So in 2012, more than 10 years ago, that's when the first concept of transforming what was called the Franklin County Veterans Memorial into something that was actually a memorial and a museum for veterans. The Franklin County Commissioners at the time asked the Columbus Downtown Development Corporation to put together a group of veterans led by Senator John Glenn. And at that time, we had veterans from every conflict from World War II to the present. Every branch of service. We had peacetime veterans. We looked at every culture, both genders, and we really put together a committee and said, what do you want to really honor the sacrifice of veterans? And the interesting part is the real challenge came from Senator Glenn and from the veterans themselves. And when you sit in a meeting with Senator John Glenn, you had that privilege to talk to a true American hero. And he says, I really want to make sure that all veterans feel welcome, that the stories are universal enough to feel welcoming to all veterans, but specific enough so you feel like you understood that veteran. It was a true challenge, a tall order, and one that I'm so pleased to say that I think we really hit it out of the park.
Depicting the invisible. It turned into more than what I thought it would be. We had a banquet with some of the folks that had their photos up, and it was just incredible to hear them, listen to them, and understand their stories. And it's tough, but it gives you a new sense of reality, and we all have, you know, something invisible. We all have something we have to fight with now and then. So it actually helped me be a better person. You can't go by that. My wife's an artist. She had plans for us to drive to Arizona. I walk up and talk to people, and I noticed there was a gentleman off on his own that was not talking to, you know, anyone, wasn't doing the artwork, you know, and I just started talking to him. The guy's name was Skip. Found out he was a veteran, and he started telling me stories that made me think that he was depressed, right? Talked about how a couple months ago he went back to Pennsylvania to bury his wife. Told me that his dog had died a couple of days before. And he's just like, yeah, I don't know. And I went over and talked to him a little bit more, and he says, yeah, it's time for me to, you know, go back to Pennsylvania. And when I heard that, it just clicked. And I saw one of his friends that was in the same club that he was, and I had her come over, and we found one of the 1-800 suicide prevention numbers out there, and he made the call with her, and I saw her the next day, and she said he's getting the help he needs. That would not have happened if it hadn't been for you guys here. I'd have never even would have come across my mind. So it's amazing how impactful things are that you don't even realize, right? And someone said, oh, you saved his life. I said, no, NVMM, right? I'm just a messenger. I'm just a tool.
Like I said, I think for me, the big portion of jiu-jitsu is what it does for your mental health. Like I struggle with depression, and it really helped me out. It's giving me that outlet. It's teaching me patience. It's teaching me to build on my resiliency. And I just love it. And that's the way I look at life. It's like, if I come up any adversity in life, I know that I can do it with a smile on my face, because I've already been in these situations before where jiu-jitsu is kind of like a metaphor for life. I look at it.
What the museum stands for and what Big Lots, my corporation, that partnership means to me personally. I am the son of a veteran, a brother of veterans as well. And so when my brothers exited the military, when my father exited the military, going into factory or corporate careers was something that they struggled with from a transition standpoint. It wasn't that long ago for my brothers. And so being able to come around with organizations not only based in Columbus but around the nation who are building BRGs or resource groups, augmenting their benefits, being able to make sure that we are hiring practices that support veterans is something that's really important to me. And I love working for an organization that partners with a museum such as this on things outside of just this building. So the lives of veterans, when you impact them, that impacts the lives of their families, which is something that I benefited from as a child. And so that is why I'm here, and that's why I love this event.
I think there's nothing more important than continuing conversations, because while the NVMM is the National Veterans Memorial and Museum, we are a living, breathing community as the veteran community. And I think uniquely, the NVMM is also a living, breathing, ever-evolving institution. And I think that advocacy work that y'all are doing there, that we're doing together, and the community that it's building is invaluable for us.
I think when I walk through here, one of the things I am is I'm inspired. I'm inspired to serve my community. And it may not be I'm running out to join the military, but I think the lessons that can be taught from the amazing stories that are told throughout this museum, there's something that you're changed when you leave here. And you're hopefully bringing that change with you into your own communities.
It's different when I walk in the door here, that I stand up a little taller and walk a little straighter, right? There's pride with that, right? I feel good about being a veteran. And there were times that I don't think I was ashamed of being a veteran, but I wasn't proud. And now I feel guilty for not being proud my entire time. But it's because it's here, and the mission you guys have, I think it's fantastic. I really do.